Facebook recently announced a 2023 Terms of Services updates that will affect every e-commerce owner, marketer, and agency owner out there. I say this because they've actually changed the blame as to who's to blame if an ad violates a policy amongst many other changes. So in today's video, I'll be going over some of the key changes that I've noticed in the upcoming updates of Facebook's Terms of Service and how can those actually affect your ads. My name is Justin and I'm the founder at Wizo Media, an e-commerce marketing agency specializing in elevating thriving brands by simplifying e-commerce growth. So the first one, number 3 right here, which I thought was very funny and odd, which is very simple. We may reject or remove any ad for any reason. Now, to me, that sounds like Facebook is trying to take some responsibility away from their team and platform as to if they wrongfully terminate one of your ads or disable one of your ad accounts. Everybody knows that if you've been advertising on Facebook for quite a while now, as we have at the agency, there are random ad account bans, there are random ads getting restricted for absolutely no reason. You're not violating any policies. And now Facebook comes out with this new policy, which basically gives them the ultimate rights to remove any of your ads or any of your assets on their platforms without the need to give you any reason for it. Honestly, it's a little scary considering the fact that you have no real resource now. They don't even need to tell you an exact reason why they're removing one of your assets. So I think it's even increasingly more important to have some connections within the Meta network, as it'll be quite hard from what I'm expecting to get an account back up if ever it gets banned. Now there's this other one right here which talks about the following. So you are responsible for maintaining the security of your advertising account, and you understand that you will be charged for any orders placed on or through your advertising account. Again, if you've been advertising on Facebook for a while, you know how a lot of hackers are getting, some pretty crazy tactics to get into your business manager, get hold of your ad account and spend on there. We've had that happen in the past with some brands, or I was actually helping out my father at some point who was running a couple boosted posts and had that happen to him on his own account. So in the past, all of our clients were able to get reimbursed for these things as it was not their fault. Somebody got hold of their account against their will and it basically spent a lot of money through that. Whereas what they say right here is that if this does happen to you, it's not Facebook's fault anymore. It's you. It's your fault. You are responsible for keeping your account secure. Now this point right here, the point number 5, is they say the following. You understand that from time to time, we run tests on our self-serve ad interfaces and related systems, which may impact your use and experience thereof, including campaign performance. You acknowledge and agree that we may test as notified in these terms, including to assess formatting, relevance, pricing, reporting, targeting, and delivery. What this basically says is that for any reasons and without any notice, Facebook can just do tests with your ads, which may result in weird ad formatting you might be seeing. They may change, again, your ad cropping, ad formatting without notifying you. They may change your targeting without really telling you. They may change the delivery type. This whole update to me screams like they want to take responsibility away from themselves and put it on the advertisers, which again is good and bad because it removes a lot of support that one could have from the platform itself. And in this case, it basically tells you that, hey, we might be messing with your ads and it's normal. Nothing really you can do about it. We run tests. So if you do start seeing some ads or bugs or placements that if you look at the ads manager, there's no way this placement should be shown as an example. So something that we've actually seen in the past, which we thought were bugs, were basically, as an example, let's say we had a creative that was edited for a story format and the same creative edited for a feed format. Well, let's say we'd select an ad set, select a placement for both feed and story, and manually change the actual ad creative based on the placement. So that's the correct one would show and there was no cropping. It was actually a native format for that placement. Whereas we've actually seen sometimes now that these creatives are swapped. And if you look at the ads manager, it's totally cool. Everything is set up the way it should be. So is that a bug or is that just Facebook performing a test? You'll never know. But I think this is what they're trying to do also with that update, is that if a bug occurs, well, to Facebook's eyes, they're now just performing a test. So there's not much you can do about it. Which this goes hand in hand with number 6. We will determine the size, placement, and positioning of your ads, which again, just reemphasize that point, which basically, like, even though you might have an actual format that you really want to show on feed, they might decide that they're gonna do some tests and swap these formats. Last but not least, the last point I think is very, very interesting for us marketers is this one, point number 14. If you are placing ads on someone else's behalf, you must have permission to place those ads and agree as follows. So far, so good. You represent and warrant that you have the authority to and will bind the advertiser to these self-serve ad terms and the terms of service and the commercial terms to which you also agree. Again, so far, so good. If the advertiser you represent violates these self-serve ad terms, the terms of service, or the commercial terms, we may hold you responsible for that violation. This is where it gets interesting. And then the next one also is you agree that we may provide campaign reporting information to the end advertiser for whom you place the campaign. So far, again, that one is good. The point B is the one that kind of caught my attention. In other words, what that means is as a marketer, if you work with a brand and they have a violation on their end, potentially they've already committed violations in the past, or again, they do something organically that messes with their business manager, you might be held accountable for that mistake. So this brings a couple things right here. First of all, if you have partner access as an agency, as an example, to brand's business manager, and then they commit a violation, well, you might get hit with that same violation. It might hurt your reputation. Same thing from a personal perspective. If you're the media buyer or if you're the marketer who actually ran those ads, they get disabled. Not only does the client, business manager gets affected, but you will personally get affected by that too. Changes the game quite a lot too, because in the past, only the brand or only the page or only the place where the violation occurred was responsible for it. Whereas now, anybody who's linked with that business manager, anybody who's linked with that interaction can get negatively hit by these violations. If you want to read more about these terms of service update, you can actually go to facebook.com/legal, and the URL is on screen right here. So /self_service_ads_terms_update. If you're watching this video, you're a marketer, an e-commerce owner, an agency owner, anybody who's actually running ads and is a marketing expert, then I invite you to actually join our free Facebook group where you are one of the first to know about these upcoming videos. You get exclusive access to one of our 25-minute training just for the group members, and any questions you might have, you may ask within that group, and I'm super quick to respond back to you. Now, if you're listening to this video and you're an e-commerce brand owner making at least $50,000 a month with your brand, I also invite you to check the description down below, click on the link to book in a call with our team, fill out the whole questionnaire, and once this is done, I'll be meeting with you over a quick 30-minute call to see if you're a good fit for one of our e-commerce marketing programs. On that note, make sure you check out other videos on the channel for some more useful e-commerce marketing tips, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.